Okay, this is it. This is the final night. We've just found out we have in fact only been reading the first chapter.
Yeah, after this...
6 chapters.
After this, there's the entire previous story, but from Edward
Cullenman's point of view.
Edward Cullenman's point of view. Then there's a story set about a year afterwards, but not Hanukkah, with the same characters. Then there's another one which I'm not sure what it was. Then there's one set in the summer camp where Bella
sucks off Jacob Blackovitz. I just have to remind you all that Jacob Blackovitz was a thing that she wrote about.
And then there's another one about a different Hanukkah. Because apparently we didn't get enough Jewish Twilight Hanukkah this year.
Alright, 8th night, here we go. The sex is going to be the sex. It was Christmas morning, and I woke up after the best sleep I had ever had, nestled in the crook of Edward's arm. He was better than my old security that I still had but never used.
It was meant to be a security blanket.
Possibly, yes. I was still a little sore down there, so Edward switched on the television, because that apparently suited the sore badge, only to find there was nothing on worth watching for a bunch of Jews on Christmas.
The lonely Jew on Christmas.
So he left it on the channel broadcasting the Yule log. What the fuck is he talking about? That sounds like a product placement, but I can't tell.
Yeah.
We lay there, wrapped around one another, enjoying the show. Our growling stomachs fueled us to finally climb out of bed. We checked down to the hotel and went to search for a place open where we could eat. We ended up at a Greasy Spoon, a truck stop style diner not too far from their hotel. We walked inside.
Actually, that Greasy Spoon's a brand.
No, does it have to be? Okay. Sat down at a booth. The waitress was something out of a cartoon. Older lady with blue hair and a pink uniform, wearing a Santa hat. Edward ordered a tall orange juice and an omelette, and I got hot chocolate and scrambled eggs. After we finished, we headed up to the movie theatre. It was packed like the synagogue on Yom Kippur, egregious Jewish drink. We couldn't turn around without running into someone or someone's parents that we knew, and for that reason we didn't hold hands or touch. Edward was chatting with the rabbi's husband when Mike Newman came and put his arm around me.
Wait. So
the rabbis were only a woman. Or a gay man.
Yeah. Can you get female or gay rabbis?
They're probably equally unlikely.
Or openly gay rabbis.
Well, this one has a husband.
Yeah, it's pretty openly gay to have a husband.
Unless, it's just a pet husband that he keeps in the...
Maybe. Newman was in youth group with us. Not only did he have greasy hair, he was also disrespectful and obnoxious.
So Italian.
He was in Jewish youth group.
Oh, no. I know, actually, since we're talking like this anyway, it's only a short stretch. It's only a short stretch to go to...
Stop it, bad Ollie.
Grease lightning.
You're horrible. At events, we'd always hit on the younger girls and never participate in the actual planned activities. Edward excused himself and came over, taking my hand away, pulling me away from Mike. Yeah, let the yentas talk. Good to see you again. How was Peninsula Community College? Edward asked, feigning interest. He stood behind me, wrapped his hands around my waist. He glanced at his watch. Oh, look at the time. Bella and I have a movie to watch. As he pulled away, I glanced back to see Mike's jaw lying on the floor. I couldn't tell you anything about the movie we watched. We sat in an empty row in a back corner. You can guess what happened. Edward played Let's Make Bella Wet, and I played How Big Can the Vulture with Pants Get. Needless to say, but I will anyway, we rushed out of there before the credits even started. Edward flew back to Forks when we decided to go to my house, since his parents were due back any moment. Thought of having sex in my own bed sort of freaked me out. I mean, the pink painted walls and unicorn pictures were definite mood killers. My fears were unnecessary, because as soon as I opened the door, Edward grabbed me and carried me to the dining room, and placed me down on the table.
Sounds unhygienic.
Okay. He threw off my clothes and started kissing his way up my body, starting with my toes. No, not a thing. Anyone except you. I guess he didn't mind that they had been stuck in boots all day. His mouth stopped at my wet entrance. As his lips got closer, I stopped him. I wanted to kiss him, but not with me on his lips. It grossed me out. Instead, he trailed his fingers up my thigh and plunged them into my deep abyss. With his fingers pumping away, he kissed his way up my naked body until our eyes met. I looked down and Ray stared up. He still had all his clothes on, even his coat.
Off!
I murmured breathlessly, moving my fingers down to take over the job of his now absent fingers. My small fingers didn't have the force.
No. A small digit.
My small digits didn't have the same force his did. few moments later, I felt his hand on mine. He went back to fucking me gently with his hands. His hips glided back and forth as his fingers cupped me inside, his thumb rubbing my clitoris. I wanted more. I wanted his cock inside of me, really.
Edward!
I pleaded. He stood on top of me, his legs over mine. His cock was pushing to come back into its warm home.
Quandom!
I reminded him. Judah Maccabee Cullenman was not to be born 9 months from now, no way.
Egregious Judaism.
Got it.
I'm out of drink. Why don't you just share yours because we're close to the end?
Thanks for this.
Oh, excellent.
Edward replied, sliding off me once again. I heard the rack tear open, and a few moments later, Edward started pulling my legs down so I was on the edge of the table. He lifted my legs, placed them on his shoulders, and aligned himself to my entrance, and came crashing down into me.
That sounds sexy.
He pumped his cock as he held onto a hip with one hand and my feet with the other. He was so deep inside me, and with each pump he kept hitting a spot that made me yearn for him more and more. It wasn't enough. He lifted me off the table so that as he stood, I was riding piggyback style on him, but instead of his back, I was on his front, and attached to his cock.
Some great writing there.
That's some terrific writing. I wrote my hips up and down on him and alternated with kisses up on his lips, down to his nipples. He started walking toward the dark living room as I wrote him. He gently laid me down on the carpet, that sounds painful, and pulled away. I'll be right back, he said in hushed tones. A few minutes later he returned with my parents' menorah, a plate, and matches. He placed the menorah on the plate on top of the coffee table and lit all 8 candles and the shamesh, the lead candle, before saying the blessing. And the mood was killed forever as I left him. Okay, now I can give you a big present. He knelt down on top of me and leaned down to kiss me. I dug my nails into his ass and pulled him back down on me, in me. Edward had me roll over and he took me from behind, his cock once again finding the spot that made me want to explode, possibly with embarrassment that he'd just gone to light a menorah.
Edward, hoarder, faster, I'm gonna...
He stopped and flipped me round, then his cock went its way back inside me again. I could spend days sitting on his cock. It was like I was made for him. He pumped away, his lips meeting one of my nipples and making their way back up my neck when they first met, until they met my lips. With one last thrust, I let go and Edward soon followed. A smile broke out on my face. Edward pulled his lips away. My first orgasm from sex.
No! My first orgasm from making love.
Edward moved his mouth close to my ear, presumably to bite my earlobe again, because he's weird like that. But before he could say anything, I moved my mouth up to his and whispered,
A happy Hanukkah it is indeed, Edward!
I really hope this is still recording.
Yes. Author's note.
If you have any questions about any of the terms used in the story, please PM me. I do not have time to write an extensive dictionary of all the terms. I hope you have enjoyed. I have an Edward POV version in the works.
Penis on vagina.
Oh, God.
So yeah, that was
Jewish sexy Twilight.
Well, it was...
sexual. That was a thing. We read a thing. We did drink the things, or we read the things that we read.
And now we hate ourselves.
I don't really know why we did that. It doesn't seem like the kind of thing a normal human being would do. But we hope you enjoyed
Are
it.
we normal human beings?
Normally. But that was definitely an experience.
Ollie has a powerful erection. That's only like level 12 max.
And we will see you at some point in the very, very distant future, we hope. Ta-ta.
If you have any recommendations of what we should subject ourselves to,
Please feel free to not tell us.
and shove them